Hey guys, I'm Alicia, and this is thestudyfox.com. So, you're thinking of taking the SAT soon, but you don't really know where to start studying. I'm here to help. And step 1 is take a practice test. Now, you may think you're not ready for the practice test because you haven't studied at all, and you're not going to do very well because you're not a great test taker. Well, listen, take the practice test first. That's going to save you some time when you're going to study for the test. Taking the practice test and scoring it will show you what your strengths are and what your weaknesses are. If you don't do that, you're going to end up studying everything, and maybe you don't need to focus so much on reading comprehension or on geometry because you love geometry. You probably don't, but maybe you do, or maybe you're just good at it. Don't spend time on those areas that you're really great at. Take the practice test to know what you need to study. So how do you take a practice test? Do you have to pay money? No, you don't have to pay money. There are several free resources you can use to take your first practice test. The first and best is collegeboard.org. College Board is the maker of the SAT. They create all the SAT problems, so their practice tests are going to be most like the real exam. And I believe that the practice test online right now is either an old SAT that they used to use as a real test, but they took it out of circulation and now they're using it as a practice test, or it's just problems that are very, very similar to the real exam. So you can go to collegeboard.org, and I'll post a link on the blog post with this video, and you can download the electronic copy or you can download the paper copy. I say the paper copy because it's going to be most like the SAT. The point of the practice test is to practice, right? So you want to take it in the same conditions as you're going to take the real SAT. Print it out, use that number 2 pencil, use your calculator, write your notes in the problems like you would in the test booklet, and that way you'll know what it feels like to take a real SAT exam. Another free resource you can use for a practice test is through one of the paid SAT study services like Kaplan. A secret is that they usually offer free SAT testing days that you can go and sign up for free. It costs nothing. You find the dates on their website closest to your location, and you can go and take the exam, and they'll moderate it and give you the same time constraints and the same experience as taking the real SAT. That's going to be another great way to take the test because you're actually going to be in the same setting as you would in the real test. You'll be at a school on a little desk, bubbling in your answers, and they'll score it for you. However, if you go to that, they're definitely going to try and sell their services to you, and I don't think that's necessary for everyone. Sure, some of you might need a little extra help and pay for a college entrance exam study service, but I think the majority of you will be fine with my free videos. Anyway, what else do you need to know about taking a practice test? Well, another tip on the practice test is, again, take the test exactly like you would the real SAT exam. And that means timing yourself. You want to take the test on a Saturday or Sunday morning where you can set aside 4 hours to take the exam. Yes, 4 hours. The SAT exam is 3 hours and 45 minutes long. That's long. I know. But it's best to take the practice test under the full amount of time so you can see how tired your brain gets. Do you do better at the beginning of the test or the end of the test? Probably at the beginning. But the more you practice using your brain for the whole 4 hours during all your practice tests, the better you'll get at it and the more used to it you'll be when you get to your testing date. However, I understand that some of you can't take 4 hours out of your day or out of your week to sit and study and take the test in one shot. Another good idea is to break up the sections into 2 or 3 sections per day, no less than that. You want to spend at least 1 hour per day on the practice test. And just finish it over the span of 1 week. Now, the other important thing about timing is making sure you time yourself for each section. Otherwise, you won't know if timing's an issue for you. It doesn't matter if you can solve all the problems in the test. If you can't solve them under the time constraints, then you're no good. You're not getting the points. So, use the exam timer that I've posted on the website, thestudybox.com, and time yourself for each section. And I have an example of the practice test from College Board here, and I wanted to show you that here at the beginning of each section, if you can see that, it says the number of minutes that is allotted for that section. So, with my exam timer, you can, once you flip to that section, you'll see, oh, this section takes 25 minutes. You click on the timer for the 25-minute section, and I'll tell you how much time you have, and I'll also tell you when you have 5 minutes left and when it's time to stop working. So then as you flip to each next section, you just click on the exam timer that's correct for that section based on the number of minutes. Any other notes? Oh yes. Another bonus for you is that I'll be solving all of the math problems on the practice test from collegeboard.org. So once you score your test and you've finished all the problems, just come on back to this website, thestudybox.com, and I'll show you how to solve all the problems that you didn't get right. That's going to help you, especially when you're doing that focused study plan on your weakness areas. You'll know how to target those areas, and I'll also help you know what other problems are like those that you need to work on so that you can fix all your problems and do your best on testing. If you have any questions on taking the practice test or other resources for the practice test, just leave it down in the comment section and I'll try to answer all the questions. Thanks for joining and good luck on that test.